Welcome back to Movement in Tulsa in the beautiful Rocky Mountains. Today's class is a hips and hamstrings completely seated class. So everything will be down on our mats. Come and meet me in a seated position if you aren't already there. And we are going to get started with this pseudo cross-legged position. So instead of crossing the shins on top of one another, you keep one in front. So you're creating this triangle shape with the legs. Bring the hands behind you, sit up nice and straight and tall. If you're not able to do so because of tightness, maybe try sitting on some pillows just to prop your hips up a little bit higher. Do so until you can sit up straight and tall. Hands are behind us to promote that proud chest. And then we're going to start to fold forward. You should already feel a stretch just with a partial fold in the outside of the hip of the leg that is in front. If you can maintain a nice flat back, you can bring the hands in front of you. Maybe fold a little bit deeper. Now let's work with the breath. Inhale to lengthen out through the crown of the head. Exhale to fold a little bit deeper. Keep the back flat. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Exhale, fold. Just minimal movements here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Gently, slowly, no rush, pushing all the way up, switching out the legs. Other leg in front, bring the hands behind, puff the chest forward. Fold forward, maybe releasing the arms if you can keep that nice flat back. Work with the breath, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. And back is still nice and flat every time we fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Last one, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Slowly come all the way up. I'm going to spin on my mat and extend both legs out in front. Start by pointing the toes, just feel the sensation there, and then flex the feet. Bring the hands back behind you, same thing. We want to be able to sit up nice and tall, so if you find that you can't get out of this rounded position, bolster the hips up until you can sit upright. This might be enough of a stretch for you, or you can start closing the gap of the wedge, so starting at your hips. We're not going to be able to fold as deeply when we actually work properly with our fold here, but see if you can get your rib cage closer to your thighs, your chest closer to your knees. Looking down at your shins. 3 rounds of breath. We can do the same thing here. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Last one, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Slowly, gently, coming up. And we will come into a pigeon pose. Swing both legs back behind you. Bring your hands planted to the top of your mat. And bring the right leg in front to start. So shin can be at quite the angle, or you can bring it more parallel with the top of your mat, personal preference. Look behind you, make sure that leg is nice and straight. Stay in this upright position for a moment. And then let's fold down. To avoid rounding too much to the spine, let's stack the fists and bring our forehead in contact. Square up the hips a little bit, so with the left leg back behind us, I'm going to pull the left hip forward, the right hip back. You should feel more engagement there. We'll do 2 rounds of breath here. Lifting the upper body up, swing the left leg in front of you. Right leg comes back behind you. Get cozy, get comfortable, look behind you at that back leg, stay upright for a moment. And lower down, fists are stacked, forehead is resting on the fists. With the right leg behind us now, I'm going to pull the right hip forward as the left hip comes back, squaring things up a little bit, feeling even more engagement. And slowly bring yourselves up, swing that right leg in front, and let's turn to face the long side of our mat as we come into a straddle stretch. Bring your straddle as narrow or as wide as works for you. Again, our goal is to be able to sit upright, so you might need to narrow, you might need to bolster your hips. Let's start to fold. Come to a stopping point that feels good for you. So maybe you only moved an inch or a centimeter, and that's fine. And working with our breath again, we inhale, lengthen out through the crown of the head. Exhale, fold. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. One more, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Now 3 rounds of breath here. Slowly come all the way up, bringing the feet together for a butterfly stretch. Same thing, find a way so that we can sit upright, proud chest, straight spine, and then start to fold. You can bring the hands onto the knees to push them down a little bit more. 3 rounds of breath here. And slowly come up. And let's work our way into a yogic squat. So feet are hip distance apart, maybe a little bit wider. I always like to shift side to side just to really get cozy and comfy into this pose. If your heels are really far off the mat, that's totally fine. Maybe you need your hands here to help support you. Whatever it looks like for you, it does not have to be perfect. We get to a point where it looks more aesthetically pleasing by simply practicing being in the pose more. So if you can lift the hands up, you can bring the hands through to heart center. And I really like these opposing forces where we push the elbows into the knees while we push the knees into the elbows. Lengthen out through the crown of the head, set your gaze, your drishti, somewhere on the floor. Pick a point, a spot, a speck. Slowly release. Our final pose is going to be Scondasana. So if this is challenging for you, again, I just ask that you do your darndest. So I'm kind of coming into a wide leg forward fold-esque movement to just do transition into Scondasana. And then coming over to my right side first, left toes point up towards the sky or the ceiling. Hands can be down to support you. They can be up in prayer. Maybe you want to bring a little bit of upper body into this by bringing in a twist. Bring the hands in front of you, walk yourself over, keeping the hips as low as possible. Coming to the other side, and do whatever you did on that other side. Lower the hands. And now we're just gonna shift side to side, really flossing into the hips here. So if you need to move slower than I am, then by all means. If you want to start going a little bit faster, again, make this your own. Using your hands to help you get from side to side, and always the option to make it more challenging by maybe taking the hands out of the mix. Reaching them forward helps as a counterbalance. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Once you're finished on that side, just settle back onto your bum. Swing your legs in front of you, comfortable cross-legged position. We're going to finish with a little bit of breathing. Place the hands on the knees, palms facing up, pointer fingers and thumbs gently touch. You can close out the eyes or look down at the mat 2 or 3 feet in front of you. A couple rounds of regular breath. And then we're going to take 3 deep breaths here. Let's inhale through the nose. Full lungs at the top. Exhale audibly through the mouth. Second round, inhale. Exhale through the mouth. Last round. Let everything go. Bringing the hands through at a heart center. I thank you so much for joining me. If you got anything out of this class, I do ask that you like, comment, subscribe, or share. And in closing, we say namaste.